Chapter 2. Pieces of a broken heart. Heartbreak doesn't just end with tears, it lingers like an unwelcome shadow. For Ella, every corner of her memory held fragments of the boys who had once promised her the world. Each promise now tasted bitter, each memory a weight pressing against her chest. She had once been so certain love was meant for her. But after Daniel, Chris and Adrian, she wasn't sure anymore. In the days that followed her discovery about Adrian, Ella stopped doing the little things that used to bring her joy. She avoided the coffee shop where he once surprised her with flowers. She stopped sketching in her journal because so many pages were filled with doodles of his name. Even music, her refuge, felt tainted because so many songs reminded her of him. At 20, Ella should have been living life with light in her eyes. Instead, she felt like an old soul trapped in a young body, carrying heartbreaks too heavy for her age. She was tired not just physically, but deep in her spirit. Her friends noticed. "Ella, you can't keep shutting yourself in your room like this," her best friend, Marisol, said one afternoon. She had barged in without warning, dropping onto the bed beside her. "It's been weeks. You need to move on." "I'm fine," Ella replied automatically, eyes still glued to her laptop. "Fine?" Marisol scoffed. "You've been binging dramas all night, sleeping all day and surviving on instant noodles." "That's not fine." Ella shut the laptop, embarrassed. She wanted to say something sharp, but the truth was, Marisol wasn't wrong. She had found an escape in her dramas, one that numbed the pain long enough for her to breathe. I don't want to think about him anymore," Ella whispered. Her voice cracked at the last word. Marisol's expression softened. She reached over and squeezed Ella's hand. "Then don't. But don't lose yourself either. You're worth more than what those guys did to you." Ella gave a small nod, but deep inside, she wondered if she really was worth more. It was easy for people to say she deserved better. But why did she keep attracting the same pain? Was there something broken in her that drew heartbreak like a magnet? The questions followed her everywhere, slipping into her thoughts when she least expected. She would see couples walking hand in hand on the street and feel her chest tighten. She would scroll through social media and see engagement photos, anniversary posts, and smiling faces, and the ache would return. Sometimes, late at night, she'd whisper into the darkness, "Why not me? What's so wrong with me?" It was in those moments, when loneliness pressed in, that she turned back to the screen. Her dramas became lifelines. Each fictional romance gave her a temporary escape from the storm inside. When she watched, she didn't have to think about Adrian's lies or Chris's betrayal. She didn't have to remember Daniel's cruel laughter. Instead, she could lose herself in stories where love triumphed, where loyalty was unshakable, where heartbreak didn't destroy but transformed. One night, she watched the Thai BL drama. The story was about two friends who realized they were in love after years of denying it. Their love was awkward, gentle, and so pure it made Ella sob quietly into her pillow. "They're not real," she reminded herself between tears. "They're not real, but the emotions they stirred inside her were real." It confused her at first, this strange attachment to characters she could never touch. But the more she thought about it, the more it made sense. These fictional men could never betray her. They could never lie, cheat, or humiliate her. They existed solely within their stories. And in those stories, love was something worth believing in. Slowly, Ella realized she wasn't falling in love with the men on screen. She was falling in love with the idea of being loved the way they loved. And for the first time since Adrian, the thought didn't terrify her. Still, her healing wasn't neat. There were days when Ella felt strong enough to laugh again, to meet her friends, to pretend the cracks in her heart were mending. But there were also nights when the memories returned sharp and fresh, cutting her all over again. One evening, as she sat on her balcony staring at the city lights, she whispered to herself, Maybe love isn't for me. Maybe I should stop waiting for it. But even as she said it, she knew it wasn't true. Because every time she pressed play on a drama, her heart swelled at the possibility of love, fictional or not. Her heart might have been broken, but it still longed. And maybe that longing was enough to keep her going.